Hey, kids. Can you all hear me just okay? Sweet. I have you all on mute. Good. YouTube's on mute.
Can I catch it? Where is it on YouTube?
It's on a Rally Point Endeavors YouTube live. So I'm not even 100% sure if it's up on YouTube yet, but we record it and then it goes up. So
Yeah, it's there.
can you all hear me just okay? Sweet.
It's like on a delay.
I have you all on. Good. Let me get to YouTube here.
Can I catch it? Where is it on YouTube?
It's on a Rally Point Endeavors YouTube live. So okay, guys. If you need to chat with me or have any comments or questions while we're doing the workout, obviously you're gonna have to unmute yourself and then ask. Other than that, what you'll need today likely is just gonna be either a yoga block at certain points for like a headrest, and then at other points we'll be doing like a full kneel. So you may need some padding behind your knees, something you'll put on top of your calves and under your hamstrings if you have any issues being in deep knee flexion. If not, fantastic. You should be fine, okay? Other than that, we can get the party started. I have what I like to call an ambitious class ready to rock for us, okay? Tons of stuff to do. So with that in mind, everybody got your stuff. Let me put myself in view here. Okay. So heads up, you guys, when we do some of these movements and some of these positions today, some of them will be maintaining a certain position on the floor for more than just one sequence of events. Okay, so first one we're gonna do is gonna be kneeling neck cars. We're gonna do neck cars a little differently than ways that at least people in my classes have done them so far. We're not gonna just jump right into the full neck rotation, okay? We're gonna work on this in sort of a little bit of a sequence. We're gonna work on just rotation at first when we sweep, and then we're gonna go rotation with the tilt, and then we'll do the full circle, okay? We're going to go each sequence, a couple reps, each one, okay? So the first neck card sequence will be just working on rotation. So let's go chin to chest. We're gonna go to the left and just rotate as far as we can and hold for a second, and then rotate back to the center. Rotate that chin to the right, hold for a second, and then back to the center. Rotating to the left for a second, back to the center. Rotating to the right and hold, back to the center. Last one to the left, back to the center. Last one to the right, back to the center. Okay, so all we really did there was sweep to the collarbone. Next, we're going to sweep through the collarbone and add the head tilt where we dump that water out of our ear over our shoulder. So let's go chin to chest. We'll go to the left and rotate as far as we can. Now tilt that head, dump that water out your left ear over your left shoulder, tilt it back to the front, rotate to center, rotate to the right, tilt that right ear over right shoulder, back, sweeping over that right collarbone to center, to the left, rotate, tilt that ear over left shoulder, back over the collarbone to the center. Last one to the right, rotate to the right, tilting back over that right shoulder, back to neutral. Now we're gonna go into our full neck circle, okay? So we're gonna go chin to chest, rotating all the way to the left, tilting that left ear over left shoulder, head fully extended back so you're looking up at the ceiling, going rotating back over to the right, tilting the right ear over the right shoulder, sweeping across that right collarbone to center. And now we will reverse direction, rotating to the right, tilting that right ear over right shoulder, extending fully back so we're looking at the ceiling while rotating to the left, left ear over left shoulder, sweeping that collarbone with the chin. Good. That was our full neck car. So we did 3 rotations, 2 rotation with tilt per side, 1 full neck car, okay? Now we're gonna move into a scapular sequence. So you can do this from this full kneeling position here, or you can come up into this tall kneel position here, which from the side, when I'm gonna demonstrate these, is me either sitting in this position here, or if that's uncomfortable or annoying or whatever, come out of it and come into this position, this tall kneel, okay? Always, 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 when we're going through this renew stuff, you move within your pain-free ranges of motion, okay? If you find something that's uncomfortable or painful, you want to work around that, not through it, okay? Maintain a pain-free range of motion. So the first thing we're gonna do here, we're gonna do some scapular cars, okay? So we're gonna have our arm straight out in front of us here, and we are going to sort of clench the fist. I kind of like to do my little hook grip where I grab my thumb and clench to help me have some tension. And what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna elevate that shoulder, retract back, slide down into my back pocket and forward, almost like a circle, right? I'm gonna go forward and up and back and down and forward, up and forward, up and back, down and back, down and forward. At this point, I'm going to reverse. So I'm down and forward, and I go down and back and up and forward and down and back and up and forward and down. Last one, back and down, back and up and forward and down. We're gonna do the exact same sequence on the other arm. You guys don't have to flip. I will for the camera. It's all the same to you at home, okay? So, next thing we're gonna do, right arm, exact same motion here, okay? We're gonna go hook grip that thumb, arm straight out in front. Up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. Now reverse it. Back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Good, guys. We're now going to switch into an open palm, exact same motion, exact same rep scheme, okay? Open palm position. We'll go up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, reverse, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Left side now. Good job, guys. Open palm, other side. We're going to go up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. We're going to reverse. Back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Kind of hard, right? It's not the easiest thing in the world to play with the scapula, okay? We'll all practicing together. Next, same circular motion forward and back, only now we're going to take that palm and internally rotate it, okay? We're going to add another degree of complexity. This will be the last series of circles forward and backward that we do, and then we're going to move into internal and external rotation, okay? So let's start with whatever hand you finished on last time. Internally rotate. We're going to go up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. Now reverse it. Back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Other hand, okay? I hope you guys can feel the subtle differences in how this moves through that circle. All are challenging for me as well, but we should feel slightly different with each open, close, internally rotation movement of the hand, wrist, and elbow connected to that shoulder girdle, okay? So let's go internal rotation. We'll go up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down, forward. Reversing, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, okay? Hope you guys can tell I need a lot of practice in this too, okay? That's what's cool about this. All right, next, we're gonna go arms, internal, external rotation here, okay? So all we're gonna do is have our hands out in front. Where am I at here? Woo, sorry. We're gonna go arms out here. We're gonna go palms up in this T position. You're gonna internally rotate, externally rotate, squeeze it hard, internally rotate, externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotate. Two more. Internally rotate, externally rotate. Cool, guys. Same thing now we're going to do with this arm up at side. So it's almost like the first part of our shoulder car, okay? All we're going to do here, bring this hand in a fist position up so your bicep is next to your ear. I like to keep my opposite hand on my rib cage to try to keep from flaring too much. And then all we're going to do from here is internally rotate for 1, 2, 3. Externally rotate maximally for 3, 2, 1. Internally rotate for 3, 2, 2. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 2. Internally rotate for 3, 2, 3. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 3. Good, guys. Let's go other arm now. Same exact motion, holding that fist here. Let's bring it up so the bicep is as close to the ear as we can get it. You're going to internally rotate for 3, 2, 1. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 1. Always reaching long and high. Internally rotate. 3, 2, 2. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 2. Internally rotate. Last rep. 3, 2, 3. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 3. Cool, guys. Good start to some shoulder warm up. We are going to light these shoulders on fire today, so we needed to kind of prep them for what's to come, okay? Next, we're going to move into a thoracic spine sequence in which we'll go through 3 different moves, okay? We're going to start the same way we sort of did with the neck, where with this one, we're just going to go into thoracic flexion extension practice, and then we're going to go rotation with flexion extension practice, and then finally, we'll try and complete a circle. Almost the exact same setup as we did with neck, just now we're going to work with the mid back, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to kind of do this from the side and from the front. So you want to give yourself the thoracic hug, right? We want some tension in your glutes. If you're going to sit in this tall kneel, or if you're going to sit in a full kneel position, either is fine, okay? So give yourself that stacked arm hug. Just start up in a nice tall position, and then all you're going to do is bend from that mid back into thoracic flexion. Take a big breath in, big breath out, and come back up. Big breath, sorry, flex back down, rounding that mid upper back, big breath in, exhale out. Back up and reflex. Last rep, best rep. Big breath in and out. Okay. Now we're going to add in rotation with flexion. Okay. We're going to go to the left to begin. So what we'll do is come up upright. I want you to rotate as far as you can to the left, and then hold in that slow flexion. Big breath in. Back upright and coming back to center. We're going to the left again. Rotate left. Add in that flexion. Big breath in. Come back up. Rotate back to center. Going to our right side now. Exact same methodology. Rotating as far as we can to the right. And flex. Extend, rotate to center, rotate right, flex, extend, rotate back. Now comes the rep where we do a full thoracic controlled articular rotation, okay? So first thing we're going to do, you'll be tall, you want to flex, rotate to that left, lean left to the left side, begin to extend back, head comes with neck, looking up at the ceiling, leaning back from the mid back, rotating back into the right, laterally flexing to the right, coming forward and to the right, back to center. You're in full flex position in the mid back, and now you're rotating to the right, extending to the side to the right and back, fully straight back, back into the left, to the left side, beginning to roll forward and ending in full flexion. Good, guys. That's our full thoracic circle. Just one of those, okay? That one I know is a tough one, which is why we kind of try to break it down into flexion extension and rotation with flexion, okay? That's a tough one to kind of grasp, all right? So next, we're gonna move into lower back or lower spine articulation attempts here, okay? Let me clear something out here. Okay, cool. Okay, so you guys are all familiar with, well, maybe not all of you, but some of you are familiar with this cat-cow that we do from quadruped position, okay? We're gonna change the game a little bit with what we've done with all quadruped cat-cow. I'm gonna complicate matters a bit because I love you guys and I want you to learn stuff and become just gurus of mobility and flexibility, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is go into what I call a plank arm quadruped position. So we'll be sort of this position here where we have your hands or your fist sort of together. Your knees are still directly beneath your hips and your elbows are directly beneath your shoulders, okay? Now we're gonna move through that same cat-camel position that we do when we're in regular quadruped, only now obviously it'll be in this position with probably some changed dynamics of motion, right? We may have a limited range of motion here and it'll feel entirely different because we changed the nature of the position. So let's start in that chin tucked, fully cat position. So your pelvis is tucked under you as much as you can, moving from the pelvis first. So I'm tipping the bucket of my hips forward slowly, one spinal segment at a time until those hips are finished. And then I start to move through my lumbar spine, thoracic spine, shoulder blades, out through the neck. And now I'm trying to look up toward the ceiling if possible. I reverse the motion by beginning to look down with my head first. Once I finish that neck flexion and my chin is to my chest, then I start to go into that thoracic spine mid-back, round that out, traveling down my low back, and finally finishing at my pelvis. Big hip tuck, abs are contracted. I'm gonna reverse the pelvis now and tip that bucket out for my second complete rep. Traveling through the lumbar spine until that pelvis is finished. And then starting to extend through that mid-back, shoulder blades, head, and finish. And then we start to tip that head one more time forward, flexing that neck, mid-back, traveling into the lumbar spine, and finally into that pelvis for the big tuck there, okay? Good, so that was from the plank position to full cat-cows, okay? This one's gonna be super fun. You're gonna stay in that same plank arm position. This should be a challenge. We're now gonna do this from you Ramwad lovers or yoga lovers from the frog position. So now your toes will point outward and you'll start to get a stretch. If you see me kind of from the front here, my toes point outward and my knees are getting just hear me now, a gentle to moderate stretch in my groin muscles, okay? I'm no yogi, I'm not super flexible. This is about as far as I can go with this spread sort of frog knee position. I'm on my plank arms here. All I'm going to do with this is go through whatever cat-camel range of motion I can while in this frog position. So let's start from the extended position, okay? So my head is up, my spine looks sort of like a suspension bridge. I'm gonna start with the head by starting to look down and tucking that chin to chest. When I get the chin to chest, I start spreading the shoulder blades apart, working my way down that lower spine and into my pelvis. And I'm tucking, not that much, but as much as I can. And then I slowly start to untuck that pelvis, pouring the bucket out to the front until it finishes, moving up that lumbar spine, in between the shoulder blades, and the head is up in extension. Let's go rep number 2. We start to fold that head down so that chin comes to chest, moving into the mid back,
Finishing the mid back into the lumbar spine, starting to tuck that pelvis underneath you slowly, and finish and hold for a second, and then untuck that pelvis. Pour that bucket out the front slowly, traveling up the lumbar spine into that mid back,
into the head extended position. Good, guys. I know that was incredibly challenging, but we're going to go back to our regular full quadruped. Now that we've done the hard stuff, let's go back to the easy stuff, quote unquote. Okay. So now we're in our regular full quadruped position where hands are directly beneath shoulders, knees are directly beneath hips. Okay. Let's start in our extended position. So our head is up, eyes up toward the ceiling. That low back and pelvis is sort of tucked in a suspension bridge looking position. We're going to start with the head. The head drops down to the chin, tucks to the chest. That mid back starts to spread apart and round. Finishing that shoulder blade mid back, traveling down the lumbar spine. We're starting to tilt our pelvis until it's all the way underneath us and we look like a rainbow. And then we're going to unfold that pelvis and tip it forward so the water pours out the front of the bucket. Slowly finish that pour. Then start to take that little elevator up your low back into the elements of your mid back. Shoulder blades coming together. Head comes up into full extension finish. Reverse that position. Chin coming down, head coming down. Chin tucks to chest. Shoulder blades spread apart. Mid back rounds, traveling down the lumbar spine. Tucking that pelvis slowly underneath you, owning that position for a second, and we're out. Cool. That stuff we did before that basic quadruped made that last quadruped feel a little bit easier than normal, right? We went just a tad beyond that and then came back to the basics, okay? Next, we're gonna go kneeling in that arms in T position we did earlier here. You can do a tall kneel or you can do a full kneel, whichever you like, whichever you're most comfortable in, okay? So when we do this, we're gonna start with an open hand and our palm will be up, okay? So we're gonna be in this position here. Palms are up, shoulder blades are retracted behind you or AKA pinched together. All I want you to do for 5 reps, you're gonna bend only at the elbow into a tight double bicep. You're gonna rotate your hands outward, press back down into elbow extension. The entire time shoulder blades are pinched. Palms are back up. Give me the double bicep squeeze. Rotate palms out. Straighten back out. That's 2. Palms up. And squeeze. Rotate out. And squeeze. Shoulder blade should always remain squeezed. Palms up. Rep number 4. Rotate hands downward. And 4. Palms up. Last rep, best rep. And flex. Hands rotate out. And extend. Good. So that was hands in T. Next, we're going to go fist flex. And we're going to do a repeat of this internal external rotation now with fist squeezed together. Okay, so let's go out in a T. We'll start palms facing up, fist squeeze. That's external rotation for 3, 2, 1. Internally rotate and squeeze hard for 3, 2, 1. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 2. Internally rotate for 3, 2, 2. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 3. Shoulder blades together. Internally rotate for 3, 2, 3. Palms up or fist up. 3, 2, 4. Internally rotate for 3, 2, 4. Externally rotate for 3, 2, 5. Last one. internally rotate for 3, 2, 5. Cool, guys. Let's shake that out a little bit. I know the shoulders might be burning a tad, a smidge. Okay. Next, we're going to do kind of that funky one we did last time where we did the 90-90 walk like an Egyptian. Okay. I really like it. It's fun to see that on film. Okay. So we're going to do this squeezed fist, 90-90 opposition. We're going to go through 3 full reps. Okay. So it'll be like 1, 1, 2, 2. We're going to try and hold this for a good hard 3-second squeeze. All right. So let's start with whatever arm you want down, whatever arm you want up. Now, when you're doing this, you're trying not to obviously do this little wavy stuff with your upper arm. You're trying to look like a machine gear, right? You never lose that sort of straight across level with your upper arm. Yes. Okay. So let's start in this position. Let's move in opposition. Squeeze for 3, 2, 1, and reverse slowly. Squeeze for 3, 2, 1, reverse. 3, 2, 2, and reverse. 3, 2, 2, and reverse. 3, 2, 3, and last one. 3, 2, 3. Good. I don't know about you guys, but I get a cramp in my forearm every single time I do that. Okay, probably telling me something. Cool. Next, we're going to go into just a tall kneel. I want to run through 2 just really nice shoulder cars here. Okay. After we finish this tall kneel shoulder car, I'm going to explain, kind of a long shoulder sequence that we'll do. Okay. But let's go our basic shoulder car from this position here. So let's start with our right arm. Palm will be facing forward, opposite hand on that rib cage to keep you from overextending or wavering all around. We want to keep that tension on the midline in the hips. So palm is up, across the body as we come up through the motion. Biceps is at ears, and we internally rotate and begin to reach back as we maintain the height and straightness of that hand, internally rotating the entire time. We reach back and down, ending at the back of the hand at the thigh. And we now reverse direction, reaching back as far as we can. We start to unfold into external rotation as we keep that straight arm. Bicep sweeps by ear, palm up, sweeping across the front of the body. That's 1 rep. Let's go 1 more. Palm up, sweeping across the front of the body. Biceps next to ear. Internally rotate that arm, reaching up and back, internally rotating, back, internally rotating, reaching back and down. Sweeping the back side of that hand against the thigh. Reverse direction and reach back with internal rotation. Start to open up slowly. Bicep by ear, palm facing up, like you're holding that cup of tea or soup or your cell phone, whatever you want. Okay, good. Let's go other side now. Okay, palm facing forward. Let's come up and across the body. Slowly with that left bicep at ear, internally rotate that arm, reaching up and back, internally rotating, back, internally rotate, reaching back and down, long straight arm, back of hand sweeps by thigh, reverse direction, reaching up and back, externally rotating, slowly open as you reach up and back, long arm, bicep by ear, palm up and across the body, sweeping down into start position. Let's set up and waste no time, going palm up, across the body, straight arm. Bicep is by ear, we internally rotate, reaching up and back, fighting for more internal rotation the whole time as we keep a straight arm and reach, back of leg sweeps the, back of arm sweeps the leg, reverse direction and reach. Slowly start to open up, externally rotate, reaching up and back, biceps by ear, palm up, facing forward, and down its side. Good. Okay, so here's where we go into the shoulder sequence. The shoulder sequence is going to be in a half kneeling position. We're going to go through about 4 or 5 different types of movements before we even switch sides, okay? So when we start with one side, like we'll go the arm on the down leg side, we're going to stick with that until I call mercy, okay? Just kidding. Until we're done with like the 4th or 5th move. Does that sound good? All right, so I'm going to kind of talk you guys through this as we do it. So the first thing we're going to do is just one sort of basic shoulder car like we just did, because what we'll do is at certain points of this rotation, we're going to stop and do some clockwise circles and counterclockwise circles at some of the weakest, toughest points of the position. Now, these circles don't need to be beach ball in size. Try to visualize just encircling something like a softball. It's a controlled circle, not like a panic trying to fly after I jumped off a 50-foot building, okay? So it's a controlled circle, and we're gonna kind of go slow, and we're gonna go clockwise, under control, counterclockwise, in control, okay? So let's go through our basic shoulder car first. Let's start with our right arm. So I'll go right knee down, and I'll kind of face the camera for the first shoulder car, and then I'm gonna rotate slightly this way to take you guys through the segmented pieces. The heck with it, I lied, I'm just gonna rotate now, okay? So let's go through our right hand shoulder car, palm facing forward, come across the body and up, bicep next to the ear, internally rotate that arm, reaching back and up, internally rotating, reaching back, long straight arm, internal rotate, reach back and down, hand brushes by the thigh, reaching back, up, straight arm, opening up that external rotation arm, coming back to the biceps at ear. Now I want you to stay with that biceps at ear right now, okay? We're going to go overhead circles. You're going to go 5 softball-sized clockwise circles overhead, straight arm, 1, 2, long arm, straight arm, reach, 3, long arm, straight arm, 4, long arm, straight arm, 5, okay? You're now going to internally rotate that hand. You're gonna reach high at the highest and furthest back point that you can, and you're gonna go 5 slow clockwise circles, 1, 2, 3, reach, 4, 5, reverse, counterclockwise, 1, 2, reach, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to continue our journey down to our furthest back and lowest point, okay? We're going to do 5 clockwise circles from here. 1, 2, reach. 3, the intensity of this depends on you. 4, 5, reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue. Sorry, maintain that low position. I want the palm open now. Maintaining low and as far extended as you can. Palm is going to be facing the front. You're going to flex the elbow, rotate the palm down, extend the elbow. Palm up, flex the elbow, palm down, extend. That's 2. Palm up, fully flex, still keeping that upper arm back. Palm down, extend. 3. Palm up, 4. Palm down, 4. Palm up, 5. Palm down, 5. And then come through, shake out that arm. Woo! Some triceps and shoulders, okay? Now we're gonna switch sides and do that exact same sequence on that left side. So left knee is down. We're gonna begin with a full shoulder car and returning to that overhead position where we will then do our overhead circles clockwise, counterclockwise, okay? I'm tired, what about you guys? Oh man. So palm facing up, or sorry, forward. We'll come across that body. Left bicep next to ear. Internally rotate that arm, reaching back. Back, fighting for more internal rotation. Back. Internally rotate until the back of that hand is against the thigh. Reverse direction, reaching back and up and externally rotating. Open, open, open. Bicep should be next to ear. You're now going to go 5 counterclockwise circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clockwise circles. 1, 2, 3. Reaching long and high. 4, 5. Good. And now we're going to internally rotate that hand. Reach into the highest, furthest back point we can. Counterclockwise circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clockwise circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue our journey down to that furthest back low point. Counterclockwise circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clockwise circles. Internally rotate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palm faces forward. Arm is still extended. Flex the elbow. Palm faces down. Extend the elbow. Palm faces up for 2. Palm faces down. 2. Palm faces up. 3. Palm faces down. 4. Palm faces up. 5. Palm faces down. 5. Good. And shake that arm out. Okay. Good job, guys. Next, we're going to do something easier. We're going to go into some wrist cars. Maybe not quite as demanding, but still extremely important. Okay. All of us don't get to do that much with our wrist until it comes time to front rack a barbell or do a push-up or get into a handstand, and we're like, holy smokes, I have cement for a forearm. So wrist cars now. We're going to be in the kneeling position again. Tall kneel, seated kneel, whatever you want. Okay? So when you do this, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. So wrist cars, we'll start both hands at the same time. For our first move, we're going to go 3 reps in each direction. So we're going to extend fully down, and we're going to start to come toward the center, flex, out, just drawing a big circle with my fingers. 2, last one this direction. 3, and let's reverse direction. 1, 2, 3. Good, guys. Wrist cars. Next, side lying hip cars. We're going to do 4 reps per side because I have a surprise after we do this one. This is where you may need your yoga block pillow or your foam roll pillow or a pillow. Imagine that, okay? Since we're doing at-home stuff here. So, side lying hip car. You can start on, let's start with our right leg, right? Let's just all be together here. We'll start on a right leg. I'm going to use my little yoga block pillow here. Let's have one arm out straight in front of you here. Other arm can be on the ground or hand can be on the ground. You can have your knees bent, straight, whatever you want. I'm going to have mine like bent straight. So first action with this, let's lift that top leg off the bottom leg, bringing that knee up to chest. Externally rotate as far as we can. Reaching back as we internally rotate into that extension. Coming back through the center.
We'll reverse that direction into extension, opening up, knee back toward that chest and center. Rep number 2, knees up to chest, opening up that gate, internally rotate as we extend, back and through. Reverse that into extension, lift, externally rotate, flex, and through. 2 more reps. Knee to chest. I know I'm kind of flying through this fast. Externally rotate, internally rotate as you extend, back through. Reversing that into extension. Squeeze the butt, lift, externally rotate around and through. Last rep. Knee to chest, externally rotate, ankle lifts up as we internally rotate and reach back with the hip and through. Reverse direction into hip extension, lift that hip, externally rotate, bringing that knee through, okay? Good, guys. That was 4 reps on the right. Let's go to the left, okay? I'm trying to kind of get through this hip cars for you guys because we have some awesome sauce hip stuff after this. Again, remember with hips too, hips are one of the ones where don't move through pain, move through a pain-free or comfortable range of motion for you. There's a difference between feeling some limitation and feeling pain, okay? Limitation, I have that too, and we're trying to move around or with, or I guess somewhat through limitation, but we're not moving through pain, okay? If I feel pain, sharp or stinging or otherwise, that's when you're like, oh, whoa, I need to back off and find my pain-free range of motion, okay? So bottom arm out straight, top hand can be on the ground to help stabilize. You're gonna lift that left leg off, knee comes up to chest, open that gate into external rotation, lift that ankle as we internally rotate the knee, extending back and through to center. Reversing direction into hip extension, lifting that hip, externally rotate as we bring that knee up into flexion, back to center, heading right into rep 2. Knee flexes up, externally rotate the hip, lift up the foot, drop the knee as we internally rotate and extend, glute activate, back to center, reverse direction to hip extension, lifting the hip, external rotation, back into hip flexion. 2 full reps. Rep number 3, knee flexes to chest, open up that gate, lift the ankle, drop the knee as we extend back in that circle, keeping your body still, and through. Back into hip extension, lift, externally rotate, flex, and through. Last rep. Knee comes up to chest, externally rotate, ankle lifts, knee drops as we reach back into hip extension through to the center. Extend and squeeze the glute, lift the hip, externally rotate the knee, back through. Okay, good job, guys. So next, we're going to be in a prone position, and there's going to be multiple segments to this, okay? We're going to do a knee flexion, hip extension, hip external rotation. So this one, I want you to watch before you do, okay? This is going to be like a face down hip car, essentially, okay? So I'm going to do my left leg so that you can see this. You'll have this prone position here. Either your head can be on your hands or your chin. I'm going to go forehead on hands here, okay? My first action is going to be to flex my knee, lift the leg, and swing through into external rotation. Yes, that's hard, okay? When I return, I'm going to lift, swing it back through into hip extension, set that leg back down, okay? I realize that not everybody's gonna be able to pull this off perfectly. It's okay if you have to sort of shift a little bit, but I will say the rule number 1 is to move incredibly slowly through a pain-free range of motion, okay? All of this is fun to attempt. If it's not perfect,
just make it you and make it pain-free, okay? So let's go through and kind of do this together. We're gonna do 2 of these per side, just to practice, just to expose you to something new, just to give you something new to sort of grasp for, okay? So we're in a face down position, head is on hands, or if you prefer chin on hands. We're gonna go left leg where we bend the knee. You wanna drive your left heel toward the ceiling. Open up that hip. Try to hover over the floor and bring that knee up as high as you can at your side. That's as far as I could go, okay? Now the first thing we do is try to pick that knee up off the ground and bring that hip back around and slowly set it back down on the ground. Okay, you can see that was high effort for me. Last 1 rep. Let that left foot extend all the way to the ground. And then we'll reflex for rep number 2. Lifting that left thigh off the ground. Hovering and swinging around out to the side. And then gently setting it down. And then we're gently going to lift that knee off the ground. Swing it back through high. Squeezing the left glute. Set that upper thigh back down and extend that leg. Whew, that's hard for me, okay? Let's switch and do the other side now. So we'll do right leg. I'm gonna switch myself so you can kind of see the side. You don't have to switch. Same thing, head down position, forehead in on top of hands. We're going to bend that right knee, lift that right thigh off the ground. Open up those hips and swing around, almost like that frog position we did earlier. Lift that right thigh off the ground. Slowly bring it back through the glute contracted. Set that upper thigh down. Extend that leg back to the ground. Flex that heel to butt. Lift the upper thigh. Swing that right hip around in control. Set it down. Lift that right knee off the ground. Contract that glute, swing the hip back around to center line. Gently parachute it down to the ground, extending that right foot to the floor. Woo! So that was good. That was 2 reps of a brand new move that I, at least, have never taught you guys. I thought it was kind of fun and something to look forward to, okay? So now if you ever get caught in a Spartan race or whatever under some barbed wire fence, you'll be in perfect practice for that crawl on your belly, okay? So next, we're gonna get back into that plank quadruped sort of position, only now to be more like a triped position, okay? We're gonna do some hip extension, short burst holds. So what this will look like, I'll demonstrate 1 rep for you guys, okay? Now, we're gonna do multiple pieces to this as sort of a flurry finish to our class here. We're gonna end up doing some hip extensions, and then we're gonna end up doing some ankle cars kind of back to back, okay? So it's gonna be like hip extension, ankle cars, and then tibial rotations, okay? So if you guys remember tibial rotations, it was this action here, okay? So what I'm gonna try to do is face the camera while I do that part of the move here. But for you guys, I don't want you to come out of position. I want you to stay in this sort of tripod plank arms position, okay? So at first, I'll start here. We're gonna go in this tripod plank position. 1 knee is tucked underneath me. The other leg is straight out behind me here, okay? If you prefer this position, great. You also have the option to come up here. It might be a little bit easier for you to hip extend that way than it will be that way. Either is fine, okay? I'm gonna go from here. So what we're gonna do is keeping this long straight leg here, I'm gonna lift from the heel and squeeze my butt for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down and touch. Drive up for 3, 2, 1. Maximum butt contraction. That left side for me. Up, 3, 2, 3. Coming back down and touch. Back up, 3, 2, 4. Back down and touch. Lifting up for 3, 2, 5. Good. So this is where I'm going to now go into this bent knee position. I'm going to kind of sit back this way. We're going to go into ankle cars now. So I'm going to draw
3 complete circles counterclockwise with my ankle motion. And then I'll draw 3 complete circles clockwise with my ankle motion. I'm just trying to draw a really big circle with my left big toe. 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. After I finish those 3 ankle circles in each position, I'm going to flex my foot or pull my toes up toward my shin. And then I'm going to point my toes or pull them up into the outside. And then I'm going to pull them up into the inside, right? So if you kind of see my foot at the camera angle, let's see how it works here. In this position, right? My toe is tucked. I'm going out and in, out and in, out and in. And I even get a little hamstring cramp while doing that, okay? Just like that, okay? You'll go 3 in each direction there, and then we're going to switch sides, okay? So now we're going other side, or for me, right side hip extension on that forearm plank tripod position or triped. All we're gonna do, lift that heel up, 3, 2, 1. Come back down and touch, lift back up, 3, 2, 2. You don't wanna over rotate at the lower back. 3, 2, 3. This is all about the booty. Lift it up, 3, 2, 4. It's a nice straight leg. You see I bent mine there. 3, 2, 5. Come back down. Let's sit back a little bit on that down leg and bend that knee. We're gonna go our ankle cars or ankle circles. We go clockwise for 3 big circles, moving only at the ankle. And then counterclockwise. My ankle just keeps popping. For 3. Good. When I finish my ankle cars, I'm going to pull my toe toward my shin and drive it outward, and then pull it inward. Drive it outward, pull it inward. Driving it outward, pulling it inward. Good, guys. So we got a little bit of hip extension, glute booty work. We got a little bit of ankle cars, and then we got some tibial internal external rotation, okay? All I want to do to kind of finish class here is work on our just sort of cool down breath work, okay? I put this in there last time and really loved it, and I hope you guys did too. I think it's a great way to finish some intense renew classes or even an intense day. So all we'll do is sit in the seated cross-leg position with a pad, without a pad, whatever you guys want. So we'll do this the same sequence I did the other day. I kind of love that pattern of just 3 untimed breaths. The one thing I will say, I do want you to breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth, okay? So on your own right now, we'll just kind of go through at least 3 untimed breaths, okay? Good. Next, we're going to actually time our breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to go 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, okay? So it's going to be, I'll count for you guys, just 3, 2, 1, and out. 3, 2, 1, and in. 3, 2, 1, and out. 3, 2, 1. Last one in. 3, 2, 1. Last one out. 3, 2, 1. Good, guys. So our last 3 breaths, focused breaths, I should say, of Renew class, not of your life, will be a 5-second inhale through the nose and then a quick breath out, okay?
We want that quick maximal forced breath out because we want to activate the diaphragmatic breathing when we're sitting tall. So really get a good like you're trying to fog the glass on a cold window, okay? So let's start breath one. We're gonna come in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out. Coming in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming out. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and last one. Good. Good job, guys. So that is Renew for Friday, April 10th. If you have any questions, unmute yourself and holler at me. Otherwise, have a fantastic, funky Friday. I hope you enjoyed class. I'll be back again Wednesday at 1. All right. Thanks, guys.